Hi guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we are going to be doing a full run through of Wrath of Ashardalon. This is a Dungeons and Dragons game. We got some comments on our channel of people wanting to see what this game was all about, so here it is for all of you guys. So I will be doing a solo run through. Let's go ahead and hit the table. Join me and let's play Dungeons and Dragons Wrath of Ashardalon. Alright guys, I got the game almost set up. In order to set up the game, we have to follow the adventure book. And in this particular adventure, the map starts with just a starting tile and our hero in any of these spaces. So I chose to put her here and we'll see how that goes for us. Next, the tiles. These are the dungeon tiles that are going to be in the game. All of them are normal tiles. There are some special tiles that are going to apply to certain scenarios, but in this scenario, we're only using the normal tiles and then this one, which is the tunnel exit. We're supposed to find this tile in order to escape the dungeon. So what you do is you shuffle all the other ones. Got them right here. Let's give them a quick shuffle. Oh, don't fall. All right. And once they're nice and shuffled, we go ahead and put the dungeon tile after the sixth tile here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there you go. That means that we're going to be exploring at least 6 dungeon tiles before we can reach that exit. And with the exit, the monster also comes, which should be fun. Now, here are every card that we're going to be needing in this deck. If there's anything that's not here, I'll just go get it in the box, but these are the main cards that we're going to need. We have encounters, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle that. And these are going to be giving us trouble during our adventure, but also making it fun, right? Because if there's no trouble, then it's too easy and there's no fun. So a little bit of a challenge. These are usually hard and no fun, but you know, we'll make them fun. So there's our encounters, and then we have our treasures. Okay. Okay, one more shuffle for good measure. All right, there we go. And of course, our monsters are here as well. And if you, I'm gonna try to show you as many monsters as possible. But if you want to see all the monsters, all the heroes, everything that comes with the game, we did an unboxing for this game in another video, so you can go check that out. And finally, here's my player aid that I'm going to be following, so you guys can keep track of what's going on during my turn and the villain turn and all of everybody's turn, the bad guys, the good guys, everybody. All right, so that's it for the map. I also start with 2 healing surges, and these I'm going to use if I ever die. I can recover some HP by spending a healing surge. Hopefully I won't die. Let's see what happens. So next up, our hero. We asked our friends on Twitter and Instagram what hero they'd like to see played, and we got a response: play the dwarf. So here is our fighter, the Dwarf Fighter. Her name is Vistra, and I have her cards here. Let me show you what she's going to be doing in this adventure. All right, so here's Vistra, our Dwarf Fighter. It says you have come to Firestorm Peak to destroy Ashardalon and restore your ancestral home. And her AC, or her armor class, is 17. She has an HP of 8, which 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got it marked down here. She has a speed of 5, and if she ever dies with a surge, she can regain 4 HP. She is good against poison. She has a cast iron stomach, so if I ever get poisoned, I get a +5 to my rolls in order to lose the poison condition. And then the powers are here, and I've already picked all her powers. We are going to be doing 2 at-will powers, and I've picked Sure Strike, attack one adjacent monster, because it gives me a modifier of +11. Doesn't hit very hard, but a +11, that's why it's a Sure Strike. And then I've got a charge, move up to your speed, then attack, and that's a +8. All right, as far as my utility powers, I have Inspiring Advice. Used when a hero misses a monster with an attack. The hero re-rolls the attack, and I don't have to flip this if I miss again. So that's gonna help me get those monsters dead. And then let's see, where's my other, only 1 utility power, and then 2 daily powers. One of them is actually from her class. It's a dwarf power. Look at this one, is just for the fighter. So this one she always starts with. She gets to do it for free. If you look at her card, it says that one of the powers that you can use is a Dwarven Resilience. So the Dwarven Resilience, what does it do? Well, you regain 4 hit points. And then, of course, this is the daily power, so I have to flip it. And I only get to unflip it if I get a card that lets me unflip it. And finally, my other daily power is a Comeback Strike. Attack one adjacent monster. If you hit, you regain 2 hit points. And if you miss, I do not have to flip this card, so I can try it again later on. And it's a 7, and it does a little bit more damage, 2 damage. So those are her powers. The only other thing that we need to do, we come over here to our stack of cards, and every hero starts with a treasure card. So let's see what treasure we are going to start this game with. And it has to be an item, which this one is. We get a Dwarven Hammer. Well, that's actually very thematic since we are playing the dwarf. All right, it says, the hammer is deadly at the hands of a proficient duelist, which is us. We are proficient duelists. All right, it says play this item immediately. So we already have the whatever advantage comes from this. It says you gain a +1 bonus to attack rolls against adjacent monsters while this item is in play. And if you choose not to move during your hero phase, then the bonus increases to +3 until the end of your hero phase. All right, so a +1 and then a +3 if we don't move. I like it. So with that, we've completed setup and we are ready to start playing the game. Let's go to gameplay. All right, guys, we are ready to go. But before we start our adventure, let's see what we are doing here, how we ended up here. And for that, we go to the adventure book and we read a little bit of the flavor text. The monsters raiding the village of Longbridge have led you on a long chase. Just as you are about to catch up with the last of them, the ground beneath you breaks away and you plunge into a deep hole. You have fallen into the dungeon beneath Firestorm Peak. Can you survive long enough to find a way out of the dark and twisting tunnels? Okay, so apparently we fell into a dungeon. I guess the dwarf landed on her feet because we don't take any damage for that. We're still at max HP, so that's good. That's why we're here. We need to find our way out, and that's going to be the tunnel exit. So we're ready to go. Let's take a look at that player aid card and see what is it that we have to do on our turn. Right, so before we start, let's take a look. On your turn, we have to do this in order. So first is the hero phase. And if you look down here, then we know exactly what the hero phase is all about. If you have 0 hit points, which I don't, use a healing surge, we can skip that. And then number 2, perform one of the following actions. I can either move and then make an attack, I can attack and then move, or I can make 2 moves. And then we'll continue to the exploration and Vellum phase. But first, let's do our hero phase. So right now it doesn't make much sense to attack since there's nothing out for us to attack, and we actually don't even need 2 moves because we are right at the edge of a tile or almost at the edge of a tile. So I'm just going to move 2 out of my 5 speed, 1, 2, and just end my turn there really. Now we're going to move to the exploration phase where things happen if I'm at the edge of a tile. Let's check that out. Okay, so here's the exploration phase. If your hero occupies 1 square adjacent to an unexplored edge, then we go to step 2, and we are. So step 2, draw a dungeon tile and place it with the triangle adjacent to the unexplored edge. And then we draw a monster card and place that monster on the new tile. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so what tile do we get? Okay, it's a white arrow. And like we just read, the arrow has to point to the edge where we are exploring, so points that way. There is a door on this tile, so we need to go ahead and put a little door marker. There are different types of doors, 3 actually. There is a door that is unlocked, and if we just stand adjacent to it, we get to open it and keep going. If the door is trapped, then we lose 1 hit point when we try to open it, and if it's a locked door, then we actually need to open it by rolling. Instead of attacking, we roll to open the door. We need to get a 10 or more. So we won't know until we are next to the door, but for now, we just indicate that that door is locked. Like the instructions said, we need to find ourselves a monster to populate the tile, and we get a Kobold Dragon Shield. Here's our Kobold. we get a Kobold Dragon Shield. He has an AC of 16 and an HP of 1. And here he is, looking all fierce. There you go, matching the picture. And then the tactics, we'll get to that when he activates. But for now, we just know that he has 1 HP. Let's place him on the board. All right, so the monster actually goes on this scourge mark, so he is right there. And with that, we have finished Expiration Phase. So now we go to the Vellum Phase, where the monsters get to do fun stuff, like attack us. All right, so for the Vellum Phase, if you did not place a tile during your Expiration Phase, or if you placed a tile with the black triangle, then we draw an encounter card. But we did place a tile, and it is white, so we do not have to draw an encounter card this turn. Number 2, if a villain is in play, activate it, but we don't have any villains, just regular monsters, minions. And then 3, activate each monster and trap you control in turn in the order you drew them. So the first thing we're gonna do is activate that monster, which is right here. Let's see what he does. All right, if the Kobold is adjacent to a hero, he is not, so we move on to the next one. If the Kobold is on a tile with no heroes, and an unexplored edge. Is that the case? Look, the Kobold is in a tile with no heroes and there is an unexplored edge. So we're going to trigger that second action. So if the Kobold is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, draw a dungeon tile from the bottom of the stack and place it next to the Kobold's tile and place a new monster on that tile. Great, so we get 2 monsters out of this. All right, so I'll keep the Kobold right here, because he is my monster and he's going to activate in each of my turns. But let's go ahead and draw a new dungeon tile and a new monster. So our dungeon is right here. And we get to place a new monster. Now this time the black arrow is not going to have us draw an encounter, so at least we don't do that. But there is a door, so I'm going to go ahead and place another door. So our door this turn is right here. We won't know if it's unlocked or a trap door or a locked door until we get there, if we decide to go all the way down there. All right, the next thing we need to do is go ahead and place new monster. So let's see what monster we get this time. It is a snake, a reptile with an armor class of 13 and an HP of 1. And he's going to trigger as well. We're going to put him on the scourge mark and then he goes. So if the snake is within 1 tile of a hero, which it's not, it's 2 tiles away, so we move to the next one. Otherwise, the snake moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. And he can poison me, but remember, I'm good against poison. So let's find that snake, put it in the scourge mark, and then move it 1 tile towards the hero. All right, found the snake, it goes here, and the manual says that if you have to move a monster to another tile, you try and put it in at the scourge mark, but unfortunately the scourge mark is being used. So in that case, we get to place it wherever we want on the tile. So it doesn't really matter. I know he's gonna come attack me. I don't think I have anything that attacks 2 heroes, 2 monsters, I mean. So we're just gonna put it over here, kind of far away from us, so it's still gonna come and attack us, but that's fine. We've got 8 HP and we're strong dwarves, and if we get poisoned, we get an extra roll or a bonus to our roll, so we're good. So that is it for the villain phase. So we have completed our first turn, and now it's our turn to go and kill some monsters. All right, so for my turn, I get to either move and attack or attack and move. And remember, I want to try and end at an unexplored edge if possible. Seems a little hard to do since I need to be adjacent to be able to attack, but yeah, we can try it. I don't think we're going to get to explore this turn, but we will get to kill some monsters. The other thing that I can do is go explore and have the monsters follow me. They will get to me, so I'm going to go ahead and at least kill one of them. So I'm going to move up to my speed of 5, so I'm going to move 1 right here, and I'm adjacent to this kobold. So now I did my move, so now I'm going to go ahead and attack, and I can't move again, so I'm stuck there for good. You know what, I wonder in that case if I can move here. No, well, we'll just do it like this, away from that snake. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use my at will power. So my at will power, it says attack an adjacent monster, and I get a plus 11 to whatever I roll, and I'm going to be doing 1 damage, which is all I need to defeat this kobold. Let's see what I roll. And I got a 16, so that's more than enough to defeat the Kobold. So I'm going to go ahead and take him off the board. He is going to turn into experience. He gives me 1 XP, so I'll turn it like that and keep it here to keep track of the experience that I got. And as a reward, I get a treasure. So let's see what we get as far as a treasure. We get a Shield of Protection. Play this item immediately and you gain a +1 bonus to AC while this item is in place. Okay, so I'm defending a little bit better. So that's good because that snake is coming for me. But let's go ahead and take the Kobold off the board and go to the Expiration Phase. When we go to the Expiration Phase, if your hero occupies a square adjacent to an unexplored edge, then we go to step 1. If not, we go to the Vellum Phase. So we're going to skip all of that and go straight to the Vellum Phase. Vellum Phase, if you didn't place a tile, which we didn't, or if you, we didn't place it. So we draw an encounter card. Fun. Okay, and then there's no villains for number 2, and then we're going to activate the monsters and traps. So let's see what our encounter, let's see what our encounter is this turn. We get an event, the Hall of the Orcs, the crude holy symbols of, what is that? Grumsh? Something like that? Painted on the walls, hint at the nature of this section's inhabitants. So there are orcs around. It says draw 5 monster cards. Oh my. Discard any monster that is not an orc and shuffle the remaining cards and put them on top of the monster deck. Okay, so let's go get 5 monster cards. Okay, so let's draw the 5 monster cards. Here's one, that's an orc, okay. Next is an orc, of course. And then that's not an orc. And that's not an orc, okay. And that's not an orc. So it says shuffle the remaining, okay, so discard any, so we discard these. They're not orcs, bye-bye. And then these, we shuffle them and we put them on top of the monster deck. So we know our two monsters coming up are going to be orcs. So there we go. And then this gets discarded as well. We did the encounter. Now moving on. We are going to activate each monster, which is just that snake. Let's see what it does. Okay, now if the snake is within 1 tile of a hero, which it is, it moves, I think it's it moves, not is moves. It moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with a venomous bite. So +7 and I will get poisoned. So let's see what it rolls. I have an AC of 17. So in order for that snake to poison me, it needs to roll a 10. And it rolls an 8. So I'm good. Nothing happens. Okay, so the snake comes next to me, tries to poison me, but fails. And that's it for this turn. So we move on to the next turn where I get to take some revenge on that snake trying to poison me. So let's do it. I am going to use my Sure Strike because it is adjacent to me. It came to me, so let's do it. Remember my Sure Strike, it gives me a +11. There's my 11. So the snake, let's see, what's the AC? I think it's not that bad. It's only a 13. So I think I should be able to do this. Let's see what I roll. And I roll a 4, +11 is 15, which is enough to go ahead and get rid of that snake. All right, snake dead. So we take it out and it becomes XP. So now we are up to 2 XP. What can we do with the XP? All right, so if we ever get to 5 XP, which we should at the rate that we're killing monsters, we can do 2 things with our XP. The one thing is we spend 5 XP and we can cancel an encounter. So if we read an encounter and it's really nasty and we don't want to deal with it, we can spend 5 of our XP to go ahead and cancel it. Also, if we ever roll a natural 20, so a 20 on our die roll, we get to level up and flip our hero from a level 1 to a level 2, which is the max that they get in this game. There's also treasure cards that let you level up, but the XP can help us with those 2 things. So I killed the snake, so I get a treasure. And I found Boots of Striding. It says, these simple leather boots make you feel light on your feet. And we play this immediately and I gain +1 bonus to speed while this item is in play. All right, so I attacked the snake, but I haven't moved yet. And remember, during my turn, I can move and then attack, or I can attack and then move. So I have attacked and now I'm gonna move. Now I have different choices. My speed is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I won't reach that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can reach this unexplored edge. I can reach this unexplored edge, or I can show you guys what happens when you get to a door. And I kind of want to do that. I don't want to miss that opportunity. I don't know if we're going to get any more doors along the way. So just to show you guys, I'm going to just move 1 and stay right here. When you're adjacent to the door, you can reveal it. And okay, this door is locked. In order to unlock the door, I need to disable it by rolling a 10 or more. So we flip it back to indicate that it's still locked, and my turn is over. Now, at the end of my turn, we go to the exploration phase. I am not doing a great job of exploring, so we're going to draw another encounter and see what happens to us next. Luckily, there's no monsters, so we don't have to deal with that. But let's see what our encounter is this time. So we are cursed. It's a time leap. It says you fall through a rift in reality as unfathomable energies warp the space around you. Okay, that doesn't sound good. You're cursed. Great. Place this card on your hero card as a reminder. Oh, I remember. It says remove your hero from play. Okay, draw a monster card and place its figure in the square your hero disappeared from. At the start of your next hero phase, place your hero on any tile. Okay, so let's do that. We're gonna get a monster. And we know it's an orc. Orc time. Yes, it is an Orc Smasher with an HP of 2 and an AC of 15. All right, so let's go find that dude. All right, so here's our orc. We are leaving. The orc is here. I didn't even get to open the door for you guys, so there's that. And all right, that's it for the exploration phase. We drew an encounter. Now we go to the Vellum phase where the orc is going to trigger. Now we're nowhere on the board, so I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see what the orc does. Okay, the tactics. If the Orc Smasher is within 1 tile of a hero, which he's not because the hero is nowhere to be found. He's in a hole somewhere. Otherwise, the Orc Smasher moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. But again, there's no hero, so I'm just going to leave it where it is because he can't find us. So back to my turn. I'm outside somewhere in a hole, and I guess the time-lapse room put me wherever I want to be. So where do I want to be? I think we're gonna go far, far away from that orc, and I'm just gonna start. Should I go kill it? I mean, I can go kill it and open that door, but I can't kill him and open the door because I cannot attack and attack. And opening the door, rolling for that door, is like instead of attacking. So I know I can't open the door right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna be a coward. Call me a coward. Let's see, we'll just stand here. It doesn't matter. We're going to try and explore this way now. So here we go. During my turn, I get to move, so I'll just move 1 right here and I'll end my turn. I don't want to mess with do I have anything that attacks? Let me see, adjacent. No. Oh, everything is adjacent. My dude is really good at melee attacks. So with that said, then we're just going to go ahead and explore. So we move up to the exploration phase where we get to draw another dungeon tile and place it on the unexplored edge that we're on. Okay, and we get this tile. We are going to place a monster. So what do we get? We know it's an orc. Okay, it's the Orc Archer. All right, so the Orc Archer is an HP of 1, and there he is in all his glory. Let's put him on the board. He comes right over here, and we move to the Vellum Phase. During the Vellum Phase, because our tile has a black triangle, we get, you guessed it, another encounter. Wow, we get an environment, and an environment event is a little different. You can see here in the yellow, if there is an environment card already in play, discard it. This environment remains in play until a new environment card is drawn. So we are going to be doing this until another purple card shows up. So this is the Dragon's Tribute. Ashardalon demands a tribute in gold from all those who take shelter under the mountain. And what's the effect? When drawing a treasure token, draw 2 and discard the one with the highest value. If one of the treasures is an item, discard the item. So we'll leave this here to remind us that that's in play. Okay, so that's our event, our encounter. Not too terrible, at least we didn't get hurt. Now we are going to trigger all the monsters that are in play. They're gonna come and try to get us. Fun. So first the Orc Smasher. Okay, if the Orc Smasher is within 1 tile of a hero, which it isn't because we flew, so otherwise the Orc Smasher moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. Alright, so we'll move him. So this guy is going to move 1 tile and there's no scorch mark. This is also interesting. The starting tile, it counts as 2 tiles. It is 1 big tile, but it actually, for the purpose of counting tiles, it counts as 2 different tiles. So we place him here, and the next turn, if we get to move, he's gonna follow us around. That's all it is. So now he's done. So let's go and see what our Orc Archer is gonna do. Alright, so the Orc Archer. If the Orc Archer is adjacent to a hero, it is not. So let's move to the next one. If the Orc Archer is within 2 tiles of a hero, which it is, it attacks the closest hero with an arrow. Okay, so arrows are coming, and the arrows are down here. It's going to be a +6 modifier, and he's going to hit us for 2, but even if he misses, he's going to give us 1 damage. So we're getting hurt no matter what. Alright, just to remind you guys, our AC is 17 and we also get a +1 bonus, so our AC is 18. So that dude has to hit an 18 or more in order to hurt us. Alright, he gets a +6. Oh, and he definitely hit us because he got a 19, so more than enough to do 2 damage to us. So we come over here to our HP pool and we lose 2 HP. First blood, they got us. Okay, so that's it for all the monsters. They have all activated, so we get to go and do fun stuff now and try and get rid of these things. So my plan is to go and get rid of that archer. He's a little easier. He only has an HP of 1. If I move adjacent to him, I will also be hopefully away from the Orc Smasher. So I get a movement of 5, so let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to stand here so that I'm adjacent to him, but I'm also adjacent to an unexplored tile so we can keep exploring, because after all, that's what we're here to do, finding that tunnel exit. So I've moved. Now I get to attack. I will use my sure hit because it's a +11. So let's see if with my +11, and I also get a +1 to remember because I have my Dwarven Hammer, which is a +1 if I move. If I don't move, it's a +3. So 11 + 1, I have a modifier of +12. Now, this Orc Smasher has an AC of 13. So even if I roll a 1, I'm going to get to do 1 damage to him. So no big deal here. Let's roll. Yeah, I think we got him with an 18. No problem. So he is dead. Let's go ahead and take him and remove him from the board. You were not here very long, were you? Now he becomes XP. He gives me 1 XP, so we're going to go ahead and put him down here, denoting that we now have 3 XP. Now we get a treasure, but remember, we are cursed. So we have to draw 2. So here we go. There's 1 and there's 2. And we are going to look at the bottom and see which one costs more. So the one that costs more gets discarded. So this one, bye-bye. All right, so this is a treasure that we get. That one goes to Ashardalon. He demands to have that. All right, we get a scroll of monster control. You temporarily take control of your foe. Nice. Used during your Vellum Phase when choosing a monster's action. Okay, that's pretty nice. The monster does not attack normally. Instead, place the monster in any square within 1 tile of it. If it is adjacent to another monster, attack that monster. All right, so we can use this to kind of have a monster attack another monster. So we'll hold on to this. So that's the end of my turn. At the end of my turn, we go to the Exploration Phase. We are adjacent to an unexplored tile, so we're going to get a new dungeon tile. Let's see what we get this turn. It is this tile with the white arrow, so that's not bad. We do get a monster, so let's go check out what monster we get. We get a Grell. And it has an HP of 2, so a little bit harder to kill. Alright, so let's go find that Grell and put it on the scorch mark. Alright, here's our monster, and it's ready to go. Now we have finished our exploration phase. We go to the Vellum Phase. We did explore, and the arrow is white, so we do not draw an encounter this turn, at least. But we do get 2 monsters that are going to be coming for us. I am not going to use the item that I just got because it wouldn't help one monster. I want one monster to attack the other, so I'm going to let them come and I'll just take the damage. So first, we do the Orc Smasher. So the Orc Smasher. If the Orc Smasher is within 1 tile of a hero, it is not. So otherwise, the Orc Smasher moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. So he's getting close, but he's not there yet. So let's move this guy. There's no scorch mark anywhere here, so we'll just put them over there. And then the Grell, which we just got, let's see what he does. All right, if the Grell is adjacent to a hero, it is not. So we move to the next one. If the Grell is within one tile of a hero, which it is, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks it with tentacles. So the tentacles have a +7, and I will get 1 damage and dazed, which is a condition that I believe is new to this game. So let's see if we get it. So he has a +7 and he needs to get to 18 because we have an AC of 17 plus a bonus of 1. So. Okay, and he does. So we're gonna get dazed plus a damage. All right, so here's our dazed condition. You can only move or attack, not both. Discard this marker at the end of your hero phase. All right, so that's for next turn. We'll just put it over here, and we do lose 1 HP, so we're down to just 5. Let's go. All right, so now that all the monsters have gone and that the Grell is here next to me, it's my turn, and I can only move or attack. I cannot do both. I think I want to kill this Grell, or should I just let the monsters battle it out and I should go explore? I think, you know, I might do that. So I have that item that I got, and I'm getting so filled up with items. I want to make sure that I use them. I also want to show you guys when I use them what happens. So I'm just going to move and go to an unexplored edge. So I move 5, 1, 2. So there I am. And I'm going to stop there for my turn. So the daze condition goes away. So we're gonna go ahead and explore right here. Let's see what dungeon we get. What does a tile look like? Okay, so here it is, and it goes like so. It has a black triangle. It also has a door, so let's go ahead and get a door tile. And there we go. And a monster comes out. Let's see what monster we get. We get a human cultist with an AC of 14 and an HP of 1. All right, let's go find him and put him on that scorch mark. Here he is, nice and ready to go. All right, so we finished exploration. No, we haven't. We finished putting, yeah, we put the tile, yes, we finished exploration. Now we go to the Vellum Phase, where first thing we're gonna do is draw an encounter because the triangle is black. So let's go see what encounter is next. A curse, the wrath of the enemies. The monsters single you out for attack. Well, of course, I'm the only one here, so that makes total sense. All right, you are cursed again. Place this card on your hero card as a reminder. At the end of your exploration phase, find the monster closest to your hero that is not on your hero's tile and place that monster adjacent to your hero. Okay, well, this is not terrible. Oh, and then roll a die at the end of your exploration phase to discard this. Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, we like adjacent monsters, so this is not terrible, not for the dwarf. Okay, so I drew my encounter for the turn. Now it's time for the monsters to activate. But before they do, I want to go ahead and use my item and get one of the monsters to attack another monster. And we're going to do that to the Orc Archer. The item says it is a scroll of monster control, and the monster does not act normally. Instead, I'm going to place a monster in any square within one tile of it, and if it's adjacent to another monster, I will attack it. So let's do that to the Orc Smasher. He's over here. Let's move him to the next tile on the scorch mark, and he is adjacent to another monster. So he's going to go ahead and attack that monster with a modifier of 9 and do a damage of 1. So the Grell takes a 15. All right, so let's see what I roll. Okay, that's pretty good. It's a 13. Plus my 9 is more than enough to deal 1 damage to the Grell. Unfortunately, the Grell takes 2 damage, so it's still alive. We're gonna put that 1 damage over there, and our scroll gets discarded. We've used it. Thank you, scroll. And now we move on to the next monster that's going to activate, which is the Grell. Okay, so the Grell gets to go. If the Grell is adjacent to a hero, it is not. So let's move on. If the Grell is within 1 tile of a hero, which it is, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with the tentacles again, which is a +7. We've seen that before, so let's go ahead and move him. Okay, so the Grell comes over with his damage, stands right here next to me, and we are gonna roll. We got a 9, so 9 plus 7 is 16. We have 18, so this time we are okay. We dodged that bullet. But we're not done because there's still one more monster that is, you know, trying to kill us, and that's the Cultist. So what does a Cultist do? All right, the Cultist, if it's within one tile of a hero, which it is, it moves adjacent and it attacks us with a dagger. The dagger is +6 and we will get 1 damage and poisoned. So he's moving adjacent to us, here he is, and then he's gonna roll and add +6. He needs to hit an 18 though. That's gonna be kind of hard, but let's see what he does. All right, and he rolls a 5, which is a miss. So very good, good for us. All the monsters have gone, so it's back to us. We have 2 monsters. Which one should we kill first? I think we're gonna go for the Grell because it gives us more XP. He's 2 XP as opposed to the Cultist. And he's already halfway there, so let's do it. So first I'm going to attack. And I'm gonna use my Sure Strike again because it's a +11. So the Grell has an AC of 15. I am doing a +11. And I haven't moved, so I get a bonus of +3 because of my Dwarven Hammer. If I don't move, I get a +3. So I'm already at +14, and the Grell is a 15, so I will for sure kill him because even if I roll a 1, I'm good to go. But we'll roll just, oh, we got a 2. Okay, but still, we do get to hit him and kill him. So we take him out. He's gone. Okay. I think that having that Orc Smasher hit him once really did help. And now we have to draw a treasure card. We still have that environment in the air, so we need to draw 2, and then the one that's the highest value is going to get discarded. Okay, so these are the 2 that we got, and we look at their money value and 2,000, where we're gonna have to get rid of our Pearl of Power, which was really good. We would have flipped one of our used powers, but we haven't used any of them yet, so that's not bad. And what do we get? We get a potion of healing. I'm not complaining, I need some healing. It says, use this item during your hero phase. You or an adjacent hero regains 2 hit points, and then we discard it after we use it. All right, let's do that. I will go ahead and keep it, but I'm gonna be using it soon because I'm at 5, and I would love to have 2 hit points back. Alright, so I've attacked and killed the Grell, put it back as experience. Now, I did use my +3 bonus, which means that I chose not to move this turn, which was bad because I wanted to move, but I guess I won't. So that means that my turn is finished and we move to the Expiration Phase. Now, during the Expiration Phase, before we start, we have to get our curse on. Actually, this happens at the end of my Expiration Phase, right here. So we first do the encounter because we did not explore this turn. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll do this. So what's our encounter? Okay, ooh, nice. It's a different one. It's an event attack. It's an earthquake. The entire mountain shakes and rumbles. Attack each hero, which is just me. And it's going to get a +6, and I will be 2 damage and dazed, or if it misses, then 1 damage. Okay, so they have to roll an 18. We have a modifier of 2, so they need a 12. Let's see what we roll. And that's not enough, so they miss, but even if they miss, we still get 1 damage, so we'll go ahead and do that. I am down to only 4 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4, there they are, okay. And then I get to discard, so that's done. All right, thank you, Mr. Encounter. And then now, at the end of the Expiration Phase, find the monster closest to your hero that is not on your hero's tile and place that monster adjacent to your hero. So let's do that. Wait, do I need to roll to get rid of this? Roll a die at the end of your Expiration Phase. Okay, yes, so we'll do that. So first, neither one of these heroes is actually on my tile. So I'll go ahead and just move the Cultist and put him here. And with that, now he is adjacent to me. So I did my curse, that's it. And then I'm gonna roll to see if I can get rid of this curse. I need to roll a 10. So let's see what we get. And I rolled a 12, so the curse is done. Very good, good for me. Yeah, because I don't know how much more I can take. All right, so I put the curse away. All right, and now we go to the Vellum Phase. There are no villains. So we go ahead and move all the monsters. Let's see. Actually, yeah. All right, so the Orc Smasher. Let's see what he does. This time the Orc Smasher is within 1 tile of a hero, so it's going to move adjacent and it's going to hit me with a heavy mace, a +9 and 1 damage. So they're all surrounding me because, you know, they all want a piece of me. And now we're going to roll. He needs a 9 because I have an AC of 17 plus my +1 bonus, so I'm at 18. So let's see if he can roll a 9. And he rolls only a 7, so lucky me. He misses. Too bad. Okay, so now the human cultist is going to go. And what is he going to do? If the cultist is within 1 tile of a hero, it's right next to me, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attack with a poison dagger. So a +6 and 1 on poison, but he's got to get to 18, so he needs to roll a 12. And he rolls a 20. So yes, I take 1 damage and I am poisoned. So there is 1 damage. And what does poison do? You take 1 damage at the start of your hero phase. Discard this marker at the end of your hero phase if you roll 10. Okay, so another 10. But remember, my power is that I have a tough stomach or something like that. Cast iron stomach. You get a +5 bonus to rolls to end the poison condition. But that means that next turn I'm going to take yet another damage. So I am thinking of using my Dwarven Resilience, which it's going to give me, let's see, regain 4 hit points. I might need to do that at some point very, very soon, if not like right now. I know I have a healing potion that's going to regain 2, but I still feel like that's a little low. But we'll see. Maybe we'll do both actually. So it is all the monsters have gone, so it is my turn. At the beginning of my turn, I am poisoned, so I take 1 damage. So there that goes. And discard this marker at the end of your hero phase. So it's not the end of my hero phase yet. So what am I going to do during my hero phase? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a potion of healing. And this I can do at any time. It says use this item during your hero phase, which is right now. You or an adjacent hero regain 2 hit points. So I'm going to get 2 hit points back. Here we go. I'm back up to 4. Okay, and then this I get to discard after I use it. Okay, so I've regained my 2 hit points. I would love to use my daily power and regain another 4 hit points, but it says use this power during your hero phase instead of moving. And I really want to move because I want to explore. So I'm going to wait, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and kill one of these monsters to take a little bit less damage. I'm back up to 4, so better. Hopefully at the end of my hero phase, I can get that poison status out. I think I should with my bonus that I get as +5. But in the meantime, let's attack first and then move during my turn. So we're going to attack the adjacent guy that only takes 1 hit point to kill with my Sure Strike, which again is +11. And what's his AC? His AC is 14. I am at 11 plus my hammer gives me 1, so 12. So I just need to roll, what is it, a 2? Yeah, a 2. So let's see what I get. And I roll a 4. Okay, well that's enough. So it's a low roll, but it's enough to get him. So we take the cultist out, and he turns into XP is 1 XP. We are already at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 XP. So if I ever roll a 20, which with my 4s and my 2s that I've been rolling, doesn't look likely. But you know, my luck might change. If I ever roll a 20, I can go ahead and level up my character. Also, if I find a really nasty encounter, I can get rid of it. But in the meantime, I've attacked. Let's run away from this guy who's going to follow me anyways, but let's at least get away as far away as I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to ignore the door because if I go for the door, then I cannot explore, and I want to explore. So I'm going to end my turn there. At the end of my turn, I need to try and get rid of this poison status. So let's do that. And I roll a 13, which is perfect. So I am poisoned no more, because I do get a +5, so that would be like an 18. I only needed a 10. All right, moving on to the exploration phase. We are going to get a new tile. What do we get? All right, we get a sort of hallway, okay, and it's a white triangle. But first, let's get a new monster for our tile. What do we get? All right, we get a cave bear, which has an AC of 14 and another HP of 2. These monsters. Okay, well, that's what we got. Let's put him at the mark, and let's get ready to keep going. All right, here's our bear. He's facing us, ready to attack. And all right, with that we finished exploration. Move to villain. We did explore, and it's a white triangle, so no encounter this turn. Let's move on to our two monsters that are still on the board, still trying to get a piece of us. First, the Orc Smasher. And we already know, if he's within a tile, then he moves adjacent and attacks us with, with a mace. So he is within a tile. So he moves adjacent. And he has a +9, so he has to get a 9 in order to hit us for 1 damage. And he gets a 16, which is a damage to us. All right, so we're down to 3 HP. Okay, let's see what the Cave Bear wants to do. All right, if the Cave Bear is on the same tile as a hero, it is not. If the Cave Bear is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with a Leaping Strike. A +8, 2 and dazed. Okay, so that's what he's gonna do. All right, so the bear moves adjacent to us. There he is. And let's see, he's rolling a +8. He needs to get to 18, so he needs to roll in 10. Okay, hopefully he can't. And he didn't. He rolled a 1, so he misses. Great. All right, so that's all the monsters. So we're back to my turn. I have 2 big guys that take 2 HP to kill. Which one do I like less? I think I like the Orc Smasher less because he has a modifier of +9. The bear has a modifier of either +6 or +8. So let's go ahead and try and attack him. Now, let's see. I want to use my combat strike because it not only lets me, let me show you. It not only lets me hit 2, which is what I need to kill that dude that's next to me, but also if I hit, I get to regain 2 hit points. And if I miss, I don't even have to flip the card. So sounds like a good strategy right now for me. So first, let's attack. I have a +7 +1 bonus because I will move. So that means that I have 8, and I need to hit, for him, I need to hit a 15. So I need to hit a 7 or more. Let's see what I roll. Okay, and that's an 8, so I did it. Because I used a daily power, I need to flip it. I cannot use that power again, but I did get rid of the Smasher, so he's gone, and he does turn into XP. That's 2 XP. So I have a lot of XP and no reason to use it. I wish I could attack twice, but I guess we can't. Also, we do get a treasure for that, so let's see what 2 treasures we get, because we still have the Dragon's Tribute. So we're still drawing 2 and discarding the highest one. Okay, so if I look at the price, there's a 2,000 and a 600. So we are going to be, unfortunately, discarding a Crossbow of Speed. And what we get is a Lucky Charm. A little luck goes a long way. Use this item after any die roll, and I get to re-roll and then discard it. Okay, re-rolling could be helpful. Put this one away, discard it. And with that, we've attacked, we killed them, we turned them into XP. We got a treasure, and now we can move. I think we want to. All right, so we move our speed of 5. Actually, we have a speed of 6 because of our boots that give us a +1, but we actually don't even need that much. And we'll let this bear come and attack us. Oh, actually, because we hit that dude, remember, we do regain 2. We flipped our power, but we actually get 2 HP back because of that. So we're back up to 5. Let me trade this, make it easier. Okay. And I still haven't used my daily power that lets me regain 4, so I still have that under my sleeve if I need to, if I see that I'm dying again, which, you know, soon we're going to be facing the big monster, the big kobold. So, all right, let's go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I moved 4. I'm done there, and my turn is over. We move to exploration. We're in exploration. We get to reveal another tile with another monster because, you know, there's not enough monsters. Oh, and it is the tile that we need, the tunnel. So when we reveal this, we actually need to place the big monster out. Okay, so there's that. Now we bring our kobold. Okay, and we put him on the scorch mark, ready to go. Okay, And now we have a villain. This is a villain, so you guys get to see what that is. Now, in order for me to win the adventure, I need to kill that kobold, and then I need to leave the dungeon. And it says a hero on the stairs at the end of his or her turn phase can leave the dungeon. So just stand on any of these and I get to go. But in the meantime, we've explored, we put a monster out, and then we move to the Vellum Phase. First thing we're going to do in the Vellum Phase is draw an encounter because it does have a black triangle, so fun for us. Let's see what the encounter is. Alright, so this time the encounter is a trap, Whirling Blades. And we have to place this on the active hero's tile, and then it's going to be, this is terrible. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use my XP to cancel this encounter because I don't think that I'm going to get to level up. I mean, I hope so, but I think this is worse. So we don't get any change from the 5 that we need to pay. So I'm going to make sure that I use 5 exactly. So 2, 4, and 1, 5. I'll just leave a bunch of 1s in case we actually roll a 20 and we get to level up. But in the meantime, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cancel this. No trap. Thank you very much. All of these go away out of the game. And this gets canceled. So we're going to put the encounter here. And these monsters that we used can get discarded. And that's that. Next up, the villain is going to activate. And now, for the first time in the entire game, we do have a villain. It is Mirak the Kobold. And what does he want to do? Okay, he activates every villain phase. And it says that the Kobold is adjacent to a hero, which he is. It attacks that hero with a short sword. And then the Kobold moves to any square within 1 tile. Also, he's running away. Oh, great. Okay. So, short sword is a modifier of 8 and it will do 2 damage to us. Let's see what he rolls. This guy needs to roll a 10. And luckily he rolls a 3. So this time he misses. We're still at 5 HP. He is done. Now we're going to activate the monsters. So we only have 1 monster and it's that cave bear. So what does he want to do? If the K-Bear is on the same tile as a hero, which it is, it attacks each hero on that tile with the Frenzy of Claws, which is a +6 and 2 damage. Alright, +6, let's see what he rolls. That's a 9, +6 is 15, not enough. All the monsters have been activated, so now it's back to us. Oh, I forgot that the Kobold wants to move 1 tile away from us, right? Within 1 tile. So, okay, now we have 2 monsters to choose from. We need to kill the Kobold. The bear can stay alive. Hopefully, it'll continue to get that +6. And if it does, then that's not that bad. So we're going to stay in this tile and go and kill that Kobold. I already used my daily power, unfortunately, so I'm only going to be doing 1 damage. He has an HP of 6. We have to hit him 6 times. Alright, so we move 1. I wish we didn't have to move because we would get a +3 with our Dwarven hammer, but okay, that's alright. And now we have a modifier. We're going to use our Short Strike. So we have a modifier of 11 plus 1 from the hammer is 12. We need to hit a 17, so we need to get a 5. And we get a 15. So first damage on the Kobold. 6 damage, so we have 5 to go. Alright, we'll mark it right here. And we can't move anymore. Our turn is over, which means that we go to the Exploration Phase. During our Exploration Phase, we did not explore. We actually don't need to explore anymore, but that means we're going to be getting encounters, which are, you know, fun. So let's see what encounter we get this turn. Alright, we get an event. A Wandering Monster. Okay, a terrible monster wanders into view, attracted to your presence. It says draw a monster card and place its figure on any tile with an unexplored edge. We're going to put this monster very, very, very far away. Alright, we get to discard our encounter. Let's see what monster we get. Alright, so we get a guard. I can't say that. Duergar guard, something like that. And we can place him anywhere that has an unexplored tile. So let's do that. Alright, so I'm choosing to place him all the way here. It says place him on a tile with an unexplored edge. There's your unexplored edge. Have fun trying to get to me. In the meantime, we still have to deal with 2 monsters, so I don't need another one. So, alright, that was our encounter. Now we move to the villain. He's going to trigger. He's standing next to me. So if he's adjacent to a hero, it attacks that hero with a short sword and then it moves away. So it's going to keep moving away and I'm going to keep chasing him. Is that what's going to happen? Okay, so he gets a +8. Remember, he needs to get a 10 in order to hit me. Let's see what happens. And he rolls a 5, so not good enough. Next, we trigger our monsters. First, the cave bear. He is within 1 tile of me, so he wants to do the claws. It's a +6. So let's see, he needs a 12. And that's just a 2, so far so good. We have dodged both attacks. Next up, the guard is gonna go. And what does he want to do? Let's check it out. If the, my goodness, I can't say this, Durgar, you guys figure it out. If the guard is adjacent to a hero, he is not. If the guard is on the tile with no heroes, that is true, and an unexplored edge, that is also true, draw a dungeon tile from the bottom of the stack and place it next to the guard's tile. Draw a monster card and place a figure on that tile. Great, so he's bringing friends. Alright, so we get a tile from the bottom and we place it here. It's actually, there's a wall up there, so luckily the monsters can't come this way. And we place a new monster. Let's see what monster we get next. All right, it's a Kobold Dragon Shield. We've seen these guys before. Let's place it on the Scorch mark. All right, here he is. And of course, now he triggers. All right, if the Kobold is adjacent to a hero, he is not. If the Kobold is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, there we go again. Draw a dungeon tile from the bottom and place it next to the Kobold's tile and place a new monster. More monsters. The party is, just getting started. Actually, he is not in an unexplored edge, so we have to move on. Otherwise, the Kobold moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. Okay, that we can do. Alright, so at least we managed to stop this party. There are no unexplored edges anywhere, so he just moves to the next tile. He would go on the Scorch mark, but there's already a monster there, so we'll just place him right next to him. They're friends, after all. Alright, at the beginning of my turn, first I remember that this guy wanted to move 1 tile away, so we're just going to move him over there. And then I have to move and get to him, so I'll move 2, 1, 2. He just likes to see me move it, which is bad. Actually, let's see. I'll just move 1 and be adjacent here because I don't want this cave bear to move. I like the cave bear where it's at with the +6 instead of moving and attacking me for more. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and hit him. And let's see, I'm going to use my Sure Strike, which is a +11 plus my bonus of 1. So I get a +12. I need to hit a 17, so I need a 5 or better. I also have a reroll if I do roll low. So let's see what I get. All right, and it's a 20, guys. So that means that I can actually level up, but I don't have enough XP to do it. Lucky me. Maybe I shouldn't have canceled that encounter because we could be at level 2 now, but it's okay. At least we hit him, and let's give him another damage. Okay, so oops, there we go. So he's up to 2 damage. Okay, and that's the end of my turn. So now we go to exploration, and we did not explore, so again we're gonna get another encounter. Fun times. All right, we get an event, a Duergar outpost. Yes, the Duergars are around. Draw 5 monster cards, discard any monster that is not a devil, and then shuffle the remaining cards and put them on top of the monster card deck. Okay, so 5 monster cards. Let's watch out for those devils. Okay, so the first one, not a devil. The second, it's a guard because there's a guard party going on. Second, not a devil. Third, we're okay. Fourth, not a devil. And the fifth one, it's not a devil. So all of these get discarded, but I'm sure the devils are coming because now there's less cards in there. But that's it for our encounter. Moving on to the Vellum Phase. To the villain's activation, I should say. So he is adjacent to me, so it's going to attack me with a short sword, and then he's going to move because that's how much of a coward he is. So short sword is a +8, so he needs to get, what is it, a 10 in order to hit me. Okay, here we go. And he gets a 4, so not enough. We dodged the bullet yet again, but he is going to move. Okay, so he moves to the tile adjacent, so there he is. We have this back and forth going on now. Okay, there he goes. All right, so that's him, and then we trigger every monster. We have 3 to go. So first, the cave bear. And remember, if he is within 1 tile, which he is, he's right here next to me. Let's face him. Then he's going to get a +6 and attack me with the claws. He needs a 12. And he does not get it. He got a 1. So there goes the cave bear. Next up, the guard. Now, last time he brought friends. What is he gonna do now? Okay, if he's adjacent to a hero, he's not. If he's on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, he's not. He already explored the only unexplored edge on his tile. So otherwise, he's just gonna move towards the closest hero. Okay, so he goes on the mark. He's one closer. There's no unexplored edges here either, so he probably will be he'll be moving next turn. There's an unexplored edge. There's a closed, locked door, so hopefully, it'll still be a while until he gets to us. Now let's see what the Kobold wants to do. These two kind of want to do the same thing. He's not adjacent. He's not on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge because there's no unexplored edge on the tile he's at. So otherwise, he's going to move one tile. So they're holding hands. They're moving along. So we'll just again place him next to him. There he goes. And we've moved all the monsters. So we're back to trying to get this Kobold dead. All right, on my turn, I get to move. There I go. I move one, and then I'm going to attack, and I'm going to use again my sure strike because 11 plus my bonus of 1 is a 12, and I need only a 5 to get to the 17, which is what I need to hit him. And I got an 18, so good to go. Another hit. He's 3, and he's 3 to go. All right, we mark it. And that's the end of my turn. I moved and I attacked. So now we are going to, get hurt, of course. So first, exploration happens. Now I am not going to explore because I'm not next to an unexplored edge. So another encounter comes our way. Okay, we get another curse. We have been cursed so much this game. It's Dragon Fear. You're cursed. Place this card on your hero card as a reminder. Paralyzing fear overcomes you. Whenever you move to a new tile, take 1 damage. And then I roll it at the end of my hero phase, and I get to discard it if I roll a 10. And he gets a 12, so that would hit, but I'm going to go ahead and use my lucky charm to re-roll that. Okay, let's try that again, mister. And he only got a 6 this time, so he misses, so that's good. And then, of course, he's a coward, so he's going to move. I'm just going to have him move over here so that I don't have to leave my tile. It just says within, it says attacks a hero, where is it? Within 1 tile, so yeah, this is legal. I mean, it will be smarter for him to run away, actually, but he's not smart. He's just running away from me. All right, so we did the villain. Now we're going to trigger every monster. So we have 3 to go. So first, the bear is still within 1 tile of me, so it's going to attack me with that +6 with the claws. So let's see what he gets. All right, he needs a 12, and he only got a 3, so he misses yet again. Okay. Now we know that our 2 other guys are here. All they're going to do is move. We talked about this last time. So he's going to move, and he's also just going to move. That's easy. Let's just keep going. My turn again. I get to move and attack the Kobold and inflict hopefully the 4th damage to it. So I move 1, and then I get a +1 bonus, plus my sure strike. It's a 12. I need a 5. And I get a 19, so perfect. 1 more damage. Okay, 2 to go, guys. Only 2 to go. We need to face yet another encounter because this is the end of my turn. We go to exploration. I didn't explore. So an encounter is coming my way. We found another event attack, a deep tremor. Attack each hero with a +8 and 1 damage. So a 10 would hit me. Let's see what I roll. And I roll a 1, so it doesn't. Okay, we dodged that bullet. Let's go. All right, that was my encounter. So next, moving on to the villains. Again, Mr. Kobold is adjacent to me, so he's gonna hit me again. What does he need? He has a +8, so he needs a 10 in order to hit me and do 2 damage to me. And he rolls another 1. Okay, that's 2 ones in a row. Wow. Okay, so he's just going to move to the scorch mark. Him and all of his damage. He's up to 4, right? Yeah. Okay. This little dance that we're doing here. Okay, and then the cave bear has a +6 because I'm still within a tile of him, so he's still trying to get me with those claws. But he needs to roll a 12, which is not easy feat. So let's see what he gets. He gets a 10. He almost got it, but not quite. Okay, so nothing. And then moving down here to our two monsters, to our two stragglers. First, the guard is going to, because he's on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, he's going to draw a dungeon tile from the bottom and, of course, bring a friend. So let's see. There he goes. And let's place that there. And we get a monster. What monster comes? It's an archer. We've seen those before. So let's just go get it. Okay, here's Mr. Archer, ready to go. And there's a door there. I think he has to go around. I've never read anything about monsters opening doors, so we'll go with that. And then the Kobold is he's not adjacent to a hero. He's not on a tile that has an unexplored edge, so he's just going to move. So he moves over here, perfect. And then the Archer, if the Orc Archer is adjacent to a hero, it is not. If an Archer is within 2 tiles, it is not. So otherwise, he's going to move 1 towards the closest hero. So they're all coming for me, but I only have to do 2 more hits to the Kobold, so I'm hoping that it'll take him longer than it's going to take me. It's going to take me 2 more turns, I guess, to defeat this guy. But we've moved all the monsters, so we're back to me, back to my turn. I'm going to go and give him his 5th damage if I roll well enough. I have no more rerolls, so here I go. I move 1, and I'm using again my Sure Strike, which just happens to be, the best I got. Yeah, that's all 1 damage. So yeah, let's just go ahead with the Sure Strike again. I mean, I could use my, let me show you. My charge would let me, without actually moving, just move up to my speed and attack, and that will give me a +3 bonus, but it ends up being the same, because if I get an 8 plus the 3 bonus from my hammer is 11, and my Sure Strike is actually giving me 11 plus my 1 bonus from the Dwarven hammer, so I'm actually, this is better. I'm getting a 12 modifier, and I just need a 5 to hit the Kobold. So we're going to go with the Sure Strike again. It's been my best friend all game long. Okay, show me a 5. 19, I'll take it. That is a hit. Okay, so I keep following this dude around and I keep giving him damage. Now it's time for, you guessed it, our encounter of the day. What are we going to get next? So our encounter is an event, Lost. Okay, without looking at it, take the bottom dungeon tile from the stack and place it on top. All these tunnels look the same. Luckily, we already found our way to the tunnel exit, so it's okay. So we're gonna go to the dungeon tile. All right, so we'll take the dungeon without looking at it. The last one, we put it on top. That's not really gonna do much to us. So that's our encounter. Next, of course, the Kobold is going to have a piece of us. He needs to roll a 10 in order to hit us. He's still adjacent to us because we keep following him around. So let's see what he rolls. All right, this time he hits us. He gets a 16, so that's 2 damage to us. So I'll trade my 5, and we're down to 3 hit points. Oof, but he only has 1 more, and then we need to escape. So I'm thinking soon. We can do this. Let's see if that cave bear attacks us and hit us. If he rolls a 12, he'll be inflicting 2 damage, and then I'll be really worried. Okay, but he only rolled a 10, so we're good. Okay, the rest of the monsters now. We did the cave bear, now we go to the guard. Let's see, he is not adjacent to a hero. There are no unexplored edges, so he moves 1 towards the closest hero. So he's gonna come over here. The Kobold. The Kobold is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, so we're gonna draw the tile from the bottom of the stack, so not the one that we just placed on top. And we're gonna put it here, and he comes, of course, with a friend. So what monster do we get? We get a Human Cultist. So let's go ahead and get that guy out. All right, here he is in all his glory, Mr. Human Cultist. Very good. So we did the, that was the Kobold. Now the Archer, it is not adjacent to a hero. It is not within 2 tiles, so it's going to move 1 tile towards the closest hero. They're all gathered here at the party. And then the new Cultist that just came out, if he's 1 tile away from a hero, he's not. So otherwise, he moves 1 tile. So yes, the party is here at the start tile. But at least they're still far away. They still have to move just a little bit, and some of them want to explore. So I think we've got this if I roll good enough. But with that said, all the monsters have gone. So it is my turn. Oh, this guy, again, he flew. So he will put him over here. with his 5 damage. One more to go. All right, so it is my turn again, and I only need to inflict 1 more damage to the kobold who's moved away from me, which means that he's, 1 away. But I don't want to move to get to him, because if I choose to move an attack, then I won't be able to escape because I've already moved, and I need to end up, actually I can move 1, 2, 3 and be adjacent to him and be right where I need to be. So that's actually not bad. We can do that. We can move 1, 2, 3, be adjacent to him, attack him from here, and then we're at the stairs, which is exactly where we need to be at the end of our turn to escape the dungeon. So all I need to do now is roll a 5, because I'm going to use my sure strike, which is 11, plus my 1 bonus is a 12, and his armor is 17. So if I get a 5, I'm done. We win. We did it. All these guys can just have a party on their own without me. All right, give me a 5 or better. 18, I will take it. That is the 6th damage. This guy is out. Sorry, mister, you could not take us. So that's it. That's the end of my turn. Now, what happens now is that if I'm at the end of my hero phase, which is right now, because I already moved and then I attacked and killed that guy, which would give me a treasure, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I get. I'll get doesn't matter, this one, the Tome of Experience, which actually lets me become a level 2 hero. Okay, so we'll do this so you see what that looks like. So here's my level 2 hero. My Tome of Experience says use while your hero is level 1, which he is. Your hero becomes level 2. Okay, flip over your hero card and then we discard it. So right at the end, when, of course, it makes sense. I defeated that big boss, so of course I turn level 2. So if you take a look, my AC is higher. Over here it was a 17. Over here becomes 18. My HP is 10 as opposed to 8. All right, and my speed stays the same, 5. But I do gain 1 more HP when I use a healing surge, which we didn't need to use. And the cast iron stomach stays the same, but when I hit a critical hit, which is a 20, when you attack and roll a natural 20, I deal +1 damage. So that's what is different if you become level 2, which we did a little bit too late because we won the game, but now you see it. So I'm at the end of my hero phase, I'm at the stairs, we've completed the adventure. Let's read what happens at the end of the adventure. Ahead, you see light streaming in from above, illuminating a flight of ancient stone steps. You found a way out of the dungeon. Unfortunately, the path is guarded by 1 more monster, the Kobold Dragon Lord Mirak. Alright, so this is what happened when we revealed the tunnel exit, which I forgot to read. But you saw it. You saw Mirak, he attacked us, and we've won. We did it. It says you win the game when your hero defeats the Kobold and escapes from the dungeon by ending his or her hero phase on the stairs on the tunnel exit tile. And that's exactly what we have done. So that's it, guys. We did it. We have monsters, but we don't need to defeat those. We just needed to get rid of that kobold. This is a full run through of this adventure, which is adventure number 1 in the adventure book. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, guys, there you have it. That was a full run through of Wrath of Ashardalon. If you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We post really cool pictures of your favorite board games and also do stuff like ask you what hero do you want us to play in our run-throughs, and also let you know what games are coming next in the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that as well. We are going to be doing more fun games. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys on the next one. But until then, may you play more games.